and let's get her off on the first W.
Cray all day. Let's go.
That was a delay a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Simulcasters are on, and we are back with another show. This one's going to be a little bit different. We actually have the Midwest Crappie Alliance in the house again. We got Dan Elko and Mr. Bill Phillip in the house.
Hey, Crappie hooligans.
What's up?
What's up? So we got one more show here, one more podcast scheduled for you guys to talk all about the new Midwest Crappie Alliance Old Hickory Shootout coming down the pipes here. We're going to be at Old Hickory Lake in Hendersonville, Tennessee on October 26th through the 28th. There's going to be an expo also over at the Expo Center. What's that Expo Center called, Dan?
It is Gallatin Civic Center.
There you go. There's the address for that. And Dan and Bill are here just to talk details, give you guys an opportunity to kind of chime in and ask any questions that you might have. We also have some of the Midwest Crappie Alliance facilitators on the background. We had some issues with our technical camera doohickeys, and for some reason our sound is not working. So unfortunately, we're not going to have as many people involved as we'd like to, but bear with us today. We're going to make it work anyway. So thanks for being patient. But Dan, it's all yours, man.
Thanks. I appreciate it, Rick. First off, listen, I really want to thank all the anglers coming down to Old Hickory. Looks like we're going to have another good field. Looks like about 130 boats at this point in time. So that's kind of where we're trending right now. So thank you all the folks coming down. It's going to be another exciting time. Looking forward to meeting everybody again and having a really good time like we did down at Dale Hollow. Next off, I honestly want to thank all the directors again. Bill Phillip to my left. We got Chad, Aaron, Darcy, Keith, and Keith's better half once again, Margaret. Thank you for all your help and what you guys do. So you guys know, we spend a lot of time talking about this stuff, trying to make, things better year over year for all the anglers to come out and really enjoy themselves and have a good time. And once again, obviously Nashville is a family destination. Yeah. So it's going to be great for the families this year to come down here and actually enjoy the weather. The weather is looking good. From what I saw, this coming Saturday looks like there could be some rain, but after that, it looks like high 60s, high 70s.
I'm packing my long underwear anyway.
Very little wind.
Never know, right?
I'm going to knock on wood right now, but it looks good. So, a huge thank you to Rick for always being here for us and doing another podcast. And we appreciate all the hard work Rick does too. And Rick honestly does all of our media, a lot of background stuff for us. So he does a bang up job. We appreciate that.
Happy to help, man.
So just reviewing the tournament, obviously everybody knows, pre-fishing is going on right now. Obviously you guys can go out of any ramp that you want, knock yourself out. You can fish as long as you want. There's no times around any of that stuff. The only thing that everybody needs to be aware of is that cutoff time on Wednesday, the 25th. Everybody needs to be off the water at noon because we have a live registration at the Gallatin Civic Center starting at 2:30. If folks arrive early, that's fine. We'll be ready. The team will be ready for everybody. We're going to spend most of our evening Tuesday night, Bill, and a lot all day Wednesday getting ready to prep for everybody. So just want to let you know that. Thank you to all the sponsors that are coming out. And I really wanted to spend some time around that and just thanking those folks. Keep in mind, all the anglers coming down, those sponsors are here for you. So please make sure that you thank them, spend some time with them, talk to them. Once again, all those proceeds that they came down with, are for you guys. And once again, there's no money being kept. It's going out to the anglers. So huge thank you to Jack over at B&M Poles. Once again, B&M Poles have donated $500 for the Big Fish Award every day for the 3 days.
Hey.
That's what I'm talking about. So huge thank you. Crappie Magnet will be there. Crappie Monster, ATX Lure. The live scanner has actually a big raffle going off too. They're raffling off one of their brand new live scanners down there. So make sure you guys stop by their booth and check that out. Double L Seat, John Thompson. I know John is bringing a lot of new stuff down that he's working on. Also, he has a custom, which you were part of, Rick, right?
Yes.
A custom double seat with all of our colors and our logo on it we're going to give away, which is pretty bad. That's awesome.
Yeah, super cool.
Tiny's Bait and Tackle, Miller Tech lithium batteries. Miller Tech, unfortunately, will not be there, but they have gave us a ton of stuff. They gave us a whole battery pack to raffle off. They gave us donation fees. They did a good job. And Lester's, building a brand new building. He doesn't have time to get away right now, so he's supporting the event in the other ways, and we appreciate Miller Tech. Mike's One-Eyed Rooster Rub, stock right in your store, Rick.
Hey.
That stuff goes on everything.
That stuff is amazing.
It is amazing. So we got Charlie Brewer Slider. They will be there. Crappie Gummies. Those Crappie Gummies, you can check them out. Outlaw Poles. JR will be there. Crappie Now Magazine. Just a huge shout out to that team. I want to make note. They've handled a ton of media for us around this event. Just with getting things out and around the surrounding areas of Nashville. I think it was like a 200-mile radius. Just pumping a lot of stuff out on the internet. All of our results look really good. This looks to be a really good expo, and thank you to Dan and your team for helping us out. Fish USA, Nick and his team is going to be down there and talk to Nick today. They're actually raffling off a 12-inch Garmin unit.
That deserves a bell.
There you go.
So stop by and see the guys from Fish USA. They have a major raffle. I think he said, what they're raffling off is like $4,000 to $5,000, which is pretty crazy stuff.
Dang.
So thank you, Nick. Outlaw Lithium will be there. Rick, Cray Jigs.
Hey.
Rick will be there.
Who's that?
Rick, that's you. You're on another sheet too, Rick. I just haven't showed it to you yet.
Oh, sure.
Huge shout out to Bass Pro. Bass Pro has given us a lot for this tournament. To that whole team, amazing stuff. We met with those folks, the leaders down at Nashville Bass Pro. They gave us, a bunch of gift cards to raffle off. Obviously, we have the contingency program for Ranger Cup that's out there. They've given us all the key floaties with all the boat numbers that are there. Bang up job by Bass Pro, so thank you.
And they're bringing some boats over for us to look at too.
Yeah, Bass Pro is going to have some boats there inside, which is pretty cool. So we're looking forward to that. Let's see. Cornfield Crappie. They will be there with all their gear. Canine Fishing will be there with all their line. TWRA in the core, we're going to be there. Black Speck Fishing and Tackle, Fisherman's Haven, and Crappie Monster will be in one booth. So look for those guys. Bobby Garland. Hammerhead Sonar, just so you guys know, Hammerhead Sonar is down there to support the tournament. They're actually bringing extra trolling motors. Their cell numbers are on the emergency contact list, which you will get in a packet when you're down there at the expo. So if something happens or something breaks down, they are there to help support you. So if you have electronic issues, wiring issues, your trolling motor stopped, they're there to help. So all you got to do is give those folks a call, and we'll review that at the registration meeting.
Those guys are awesome.
They're great. So you have that going on. So huge shout out to those guys. Power Pole. Huge shout out to Power Pole. We are going to have the Power Pole Power Move of the Day, Bill. For those that you can see that, I kind of put this out on our page. We're giving away, Power Pole's giving away. They helped us bring in 2 Power Pole Pro Series 2 that some lucky winner is going to win.
Those are 8-footers.
8-footers.
Do
Yep, that's pretty
vendors
awesome.
qualify for that?
I was hoping directors did.
Right.
Yeah.
Shoot.
So huge shout out to Power Pole and them helping us out. Kurt, if you're out there watching, Kurt played a pivotal role in making that happen. So we thank you for helping us. So Power Pole, awesome. Humminbird. Humminbird gave us a donation. There will be a raffle for Humminbird too. We have a brand new 10-inch SIDI unit that we're going to raffle off right out of the gate. So make sure everybody keep your raffle tickets.
Nice.
I'll explain the packet in a minute. Talked about Ranger Cup. State Line Bait and Tackle, who's local down there, the Nashville area, Hendersonville area. Those folks will be there. PTG Outdoors. Ron Upchurch will be there. So hopefully you guys can talk to Ron. They do a lot of rigging of boats and stuff like that. So they'll be there. Park Ranger, Water Safety, they'll have a little booth there to support us. Bad As Baits. I didn't say bad baits, but I just Bad As Baits. They will be there. Finn's Braid will be there. I know Finn's Braid is doing a bunch of raffles too. I think they're doing like $300 worth, $300, $100 each, $300. And I think one big prize is $500 raffle they're doing, which is great. So stop by and see Finn Braids. Old Hickory Soap Company. Now, you guys all know we're going to be pre-fishing for how many days? We're not going to be doing laundry.
Because we're going to stank it.
We're going to be stinking.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to buy 2 cakes, put one underneath each arm. I am going to be fresh as a daisy all week.
Yeah, I don't want to be smelling your stink. So Old Hickory soap, that's awesome. And then we have Thor Boats. Thor Boats will be there. We'll have a couple boats there too as well to help support the event. So really good lineup. Huge thank you to all the sponsors that are helping out, all the sponsorship donations, all the raffle stuff that we have going on. This is a really fun event. It's really to bring fun back into what we say, crappie fishing. We want everybody to have a good time. We want everybody to have a chance to win something every day. And that's our goal. So that's what we're going to do. What do you got, Bill? Any comments around that?
The Thor boats. We got to also mention volunteer boats. That's where they are bringing them from. We went down and visited them. Really nice people. They know a whole lot about the lake. They know everything about boats.
Yeah, that's awesome. We spent a little bit of time with those.
We
folks,
did.
which is great.
So they supply all the boats for like the set off or the blast off and all that is what you're saying?
No, they're bringing Thor boats is sort of like a combination duck boat, fishing boat, I would say.
I looked at them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty sweet.
To me, they look like they would probably take a mortar shell.
Nice.
They're
Yeah.
pretty
Thanks.
stiff.
Yeah.
So thank you, all sponsors. Listen, near and dear to everybody's heart, bait shops. That's out on our Facebook page. I sent everybody an email too, but if you're not aware, bait shops for the tournament, supporting our tournament is Sharps, Hooks, Bait, and Tackle. I know Kent Driscoll put a post out not too long ago about that. Really great store, great folks. That is on 416 West Main Street in Hendersonville, which is literally 5 minutes from the ramp.
Yeah.
So good place for folks that are staying out in Henderson. For the folks that are staying out further, more towards Gallatin, the Gallatin Pay Lake is supporting the event too. They have plenty of bait for you. They're on 1029 South Water Ave in Gallatin. So we have 2 folks supporting the event. Appreciate those folks. They'll have plenty of baits. I think shiners, fatheads,
Toughies. Yeah.
goldfish, maybe.
And they're going to
something
sell them by the pound too.
like that. Yeah, by the pound. And
That's the only way I buy them.
Yeah. Did Jonathan from Sharp say about aerated bags? Did he say something about
He
aerated
talked
bags?
about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably. I mean, he talked about as far as having a drive-through door where you can pick up your bait, just drive right through and pick it up.
Yeah.
With the boat in the back.
That would be
Nice.
awesome. But there's
Yeah.
plenty of parking over there, so everybody knows at Sharps. You can kind of go outside our parking lot. There's a huge parking space back there to come in and get your bait. So he will be open, just so everybody understands, pre-fishing the week of 5 a.m. And then tournament days, he'll be open at 3 a.m., right, Bill? That's what he said.
That's what he said, yeah.
So 5 and 3 a.m. I know how most of us like to get our bait at night too, and get everything prepped before you hit the water. But he will be there for us. So just check out Jonathan in the store and check out Pay Lake. So all the times will be the same for both. Anything else around that, Bill?
I think you got it all covered so far.
Okay. All right. Just a reminder, once again, be off the water at noon on the 25th. Live registration starts at 2:30, so everybody's aware. We like to have the rules meeting start by 4. Obviously, we're going to review a few things. We're going to review the lake for those that are not familiar with the lake. We'll have Joe Floyd talk about the lake and kind of things that you can kind of run into or see. Just pay attention to your avionic chips in your GPS unit. Stay in the middle of the river system. Be very cautious if you're cutting from one side to the other side because there's sandbars and a lot of stumps and stuff like that. So we'll review that. We are going to have a lot of raffles out of the gate. So once you go through the registration, which there'll be, folks helping you kind of get things done, there's going to be a few forms that you need to fill out, and I will show those to you now for the registration so everybody's on the same page. You have a liability and waiver form, okay, which is right here. I know some of folks sent this in already, but what we have on the bottom, so you got to sign it. You have conventional angler, male and female team, and an adult youth team. This year, we are paying back male and female team and youth adult team. So please make sure you check the box. And I know folks will help you through that. The economical impact form, very important to us. You need to make sure you guys fill this out. This is important. You'll get one at the registration meeting that needs filled out, please. That helps us moving forward with other lakes. You'll have the rules in your packet. And I talked about the emergency contacts. So you're going to have my name, Bill's, Darcy's, Keith's, Chad's, Aaron's. You're going to have boat service, which is Rick Hunter Volunteer Boats. He's the guy that can help with things that, let's knock on wood, nothing goes bad. But if there's an issue with a motor or something going on with a boat, their cell number is on there and their work number. I brought up hammerhead sonar, trolling motor issues, GPS wearing issues. Brent and Lee will be there, and I have their numbers on the sheet too as well. Kind of looks like this, so everybody knows. So everybody knows who to contact. Okay. Questions around that, Bill? Anybody? Good. Okay. So critical for the Expo. The Expo opens up on the 25th, 9 a.m. For all the, which I will email again tomorrow to all the folks coming down, the sponsors and vendors. We'll start loading things in the morning on the 25th. We'd like to see everybody set up by 1:30 before the registration meeting, which starts at 2:30. This year, which is different than last year, we are having everybody at the same place. So all the anglers will be at the Expo with all the sponsors. So after the rules meeting, please take time out of your day and spend it with the folks here for you. So all those folks I rattled off, everybody that's going to be there, they're there for you. After rules meeting, go spend some time with them, talk, and have a good time. So once again, 25th, 9 a.m., you can start setting up. If you have issues, give me a call. Everybody has my cell number. And then Thursday, the opening day of the tournament, the Expo opens at noon to 8 p.m. Fridays at noon to 8 p.m. And then Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So everybody can kind of get broken down and wrapped up and on their way home. So just want to let you know that. So you have tables, you have chairs. There is electric in the ceiling that we can drop down for those that need electricity. It would be good to know that. I'll send you guys an email tomorrow. For those that need electrical at their booth, and I know a few of them do, just let me know that. Shoot me an email, and I will let the folks know at the Expo Center we need what cords dropped. So that would help. Once again, there is a kitchen at the Expo. Okay? So you don't have to call.
Foodie.
You don't have to go anywhere. There'll be concession there. So whatever you guys want to eat, Robbie Riley, who's the assistant director at the Gallatin Civic Center, will have everything taken care of for you guys. If you want something to eat, there you go. It's all taken care of. So once again, the Gallatin Civic Center, Rick, 210 Albert, Gallatin Ave, Gallatin, Tennessee. So everybody knows, Rick, if you want to throw that back up there for us, that'd be awesome.
There you go.
Sweet. What else do we have coming up at the Expo? New this year.
Oh my goodness. My
There you
favorite
go.
part.
I'll let you talk.
All
about
right,
that.
cool. You need to drink, or you want to?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm
All righty.
good. Give me an opportunity. Bill.
Okay, cool. I can even read your writing. We had really been trying to put together a seminar schedule so that while you're there, when you're visiting with everyone, you have the opportunity to sit down and listen to some seminars. And so on the 26th, it appears that Kenny Urbans is going to do a seminar on hand-tied jigs, followed by JR from Outlaw Poles, and he's going to do a review on all these crappie poles. And then Kevin McCarley, everybody knows Kevin McCarley, cool dude, knows what he's talking about. He's coming in to talk different crappie techniques. That's on the 26th. And then on the 27th, we're going to have Dan Dannemuller from Crappie Now magazine talk about some crappie techniques. And then we got Sean Maccabee and Shannon Suttle talking that. And then last but not least, we have Tommy Ezel from Bonehead Tackle coming in. And he's going to explain how he catches all those giant Texas East Fork Lake crappie.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. That's where I'm going to be, is looking at the seminars and taking notes. So that is new from last year. The new and improved Midwest Crappie Alliance schedule now includes seminars.
Yes, that's awesome.
Sweet.
So we're always trying to do something better every year. And I think, as we learn and we listen to the anglers, how we can improve, we're going to continue to do that. If there's something you don't like, hey, bring it up. That's what I want you to do. That's the only way we're going to learn and kind of deliver a better product every year. That's our goal every year, to do something better and bigger. And speaking of that, let's talk about day one, what you can kind of see when you're kind of pulling down the long driveway to get to the ramp at Saunders Ferry. So what you're going to see is we're going to start, we'll have all of our folks, including Mr. Rick, helping out with live well checks in the morning, Okay, Mr. Rick?
Is it me?
That's you.
Yes.
Yeah. Get you up early and get
Yeah,
you going.
absolutely. I'm happy.
Yeah,
So-
3:30.
Did you say 3?
You need to
No,
be
no.
there at
You
3:30.
got to be there at 5. So we have
PM the
no
prior day?
That'd be AM.
Okay, just checking.
So what you're going to find out there, you're going to have folks with green vests, lights. You're going to be pulling down. They're going to do your live well checks. They'll ask you for your boat number. We'll have a sheet that we're going to check off and make sure we account for everybody. So
we're going to try to do a single file line this year.
single file line.
Cool.
When they come in. It's
Yeah.
a long road. It's massively long, so we won't have any problems. So once you get checked in with your live wells, obviously you can proceed to get things organized and get your boat in the water. On day one, this is important. Everybody understands this, and then we're going to reiterate it at the rules meeting. PMC parking, we're going to have parking attendants on day one and day one only. So pay attention to how we're parked out in the lawns and all the areas, so we all know how to park on day 2 and day 3. We did that for a reason. I can explain that at the Expo. So once again, PMC parking is going to park everybody on day 1, day 2, and day 3. Just remember what you did on day 1, and we should be good, right, Bill?
We're pretty sure we're going to have 3 ramps all launching simultaneously side by side. So with the parking attendants telling you which line we should go, we're hoping it's going to go pretty quickly.
Yeah. So obviously you're going to have Rick out there doing live well checks. We'll have Darcy, we'll have Keith, and we'll have Mike. So there'll be 4
Mike's
of us
coming
out there.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure that we do all that and we check off all the names that we're checking. Once again, huge shout out to Jeremy Madley for being our MC, which is awesome. Jeremy is a lot of fun and we have a really good time with him and he does an amazing job. Also, a huge shout out. Jeremy's bringing his huge trailer down for us to use. So, how nice is that?
That's super nice.
It's super nice and we appreciate it. And thank you, Jeremy, for what you're doing for us to help us grow. New this year, Mr. Daryl Van Vector will be there. He will be the weigh-in master. So for those of you know Daryl, he's been a part of Crappie USA for how long?
Wow. Back in like 1997, I believe he started it. But who doesn't know Daryl Van Vector is a better question.
And I think that's, a huge thank you to Daryl being a part of us. And I've asked Daryl right away and, we were worried about some health issues there, and I think he's beyond that, and where he's looking good, and he's looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to having him.
He can't stay out of it.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah. Once you're hooked, you're hooked.
You are.
It's over with. So we got that going on. And so the other big thing changes, obviously from all the surveys we sent out last year and all the comments, the weigh-in will be different this year. I don't want the directors crawling in the boats and doing this and that. It's your guys' responsibilities and gals to bring your fish to weigh in, what most tournaments do. You're going to have Darcy there. You're going to have Joe Floyd there. And you're going to have Mike. What's Mike's last name?
Tomes.
Mike Tomes there. Will be helping with the weigh-in. So you bring your fish to the weigh-in line. We'll get how they're going to be checked in. We're going to have 2 tubs there. You're going to bring them to a tub. We're going to verify that they're alive. We're also going to have the mesh bags there. Your fish are going to go into the mesh bags, and you're going to have a big fish clip. So whatever big fish you have, no different than last year. We'll weigh that big fish, and then we'll take the rest of the mesh bag and the fish, put it on the scale. Then after that, the fish come off, and we just kind of keep doing that routine. So it will make it easier. It should flow better. We're going to have 2 lines to get fish checked and not 1, just to make it flow quicker. And I think last year the flow was pretty good. And the reason being is the scales will be open again at noon this year too as well. So if you have a nice bag and you want to weigh in early, you're more than welcome to weigh in. Weigh in will open at noon for everybody, so you're aware of that. Let's see what else I got. Once again, obviously we're going to have another polygraph test. Tim Fortner for KYTN polygraph, which he does a lot of the tournaments. He will be back with us again, just to let you guys know that. We will do that as well. Bill, what else you got there?
We have a technical question here.
Yes.
Does Dominic Duguay qualify as a youth? I had to.
Is he over 4'8"?
I love you, Dom. I love you.
If he's over, no, I think it's over 4'10". He's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. There you go. There's the clarification, Jason. There you go.
Hey, Jason, I wouldn't make Dominic mad. You know that. You're going to be the net boy the whole
Yeah,
weekend.
Exactly.
So,
yep.
So, Bill, what do you have? I mean, that's kind of like a high level list. I mean, listen, we're going to have a really good time. And I want everybody to come down and have a good time. You know, we'll talk about the EPF program.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think we can start with that.
Okay.
We have a few of the 2022 Midwest Crappie Alliance hats left over from last year, so we're bringing them along. Only this year, we are going to donate $5 from the sale of every hat to Rick's. Is it your kids program? What's that officially called?
Yeah, we call it Cray Cares. It's basically a foundation that we started as a part of the culture of our business, and we donate a percentage of our kind of gross income.
Okay.
And then, so we give
Right.
rods and reels and baits away to kids organizations.
That's
nationwide.
awesome.
So because it falls into line with our APIF program, our Anglers Paying It Forward program, basically is we just encourage anglers to give people a helping hand, just show them some love. And they're just basically, we ask for random acts of kindness. That's all.
Yeah, I'll reflect on that a little bit from last tournament. You know, we gave out the little stickers to everybody, and you know, whether you use them or not, that's fine. But you know, for my own belief in what we were trying to accomplish, went really well down at Dale Hollow. You know, the people really liked it. We bought a bunch of food for folks. I personally bought all the food for the whole police department that was there, which they were like, "Oh my goodness, what just happened here?" And we want to pay it forward. We want to help people. We really do. You know, it doesn't matter if you buy somebody a cup of coffee or you buy somebody a breakfast sandwich or you do whatever. That's what this is all about. And I want to make sure everybody still remembers that, you know, this tournament is about education too. You know, we kind of have a bottom up driven tournament where it starts with the club guys across the country, and we want to continue that path. But for all the folks that are really seasoned, and, you know, there are a few professionals that are out there, not many, you know, it doesn't hurt to help the club guys, make them feel confident in what they're doing. They're confident they can compete in other tournaments, that they can say, you know what, I can do this. You know, I'll use, you know, just last year as an example, out of the top 25 that were paid out, over half were club guys. So just from what I heard alone from some of those guys, yeah, I know I can go do this. And that's what it's about, is this helping everybody out and having a darn good time. And that's what we want to do. And
I think people tend to forget that. I don't care if you're on a pro staff. I don't care if you consider yourself a pro. There was one time in your life where you were just like us.
That's right.
They were out there learning from everybody. They just happened to be very good at it. I mean, Ronnie Capps and Steve Coleman, 8-time world champions. At one time, they were out in their John boat when they were kids learning how to be crappie fishermen. So, and as long as these guys maintain that attitude, they're there for us. If you have a question, go ahead and ask them.
Yeah. I love that. I love that about the crappie industry, that everybody's pretty, you know, everybody's open and willing to help each other.
Yeah, that's what it's about. Even in our club, I mean, it doesn't matter if I show some here. This is what I'm using. Here you go.
Right.
This is what I caught them on all week, or what color it may be. You know, it's not like I'm giving them any spots or anything like that, but I'll help them with the techniques that I'm using for sure to make them a better angler.
Okay.
So,
do you guys want to open up any questions with the audience here? Do you guys have any specifics? Any questions you guys have? Please go ahead and type them in the chat box below. We'll see them and we'll call them out. Alex has a question. Will boat numbers be by position after day one?
So when you register, you're going to get a floaty key fob. I guess I'll call it a float, which will have a number on it. That will be your starting position for day one. So, Alex, if you pull boat, let's say 25, you'll go out in the 25th position on day one. And on day two, the field gets inverted. So you'll be in the later flight of the day. So we're going to have 3 flights. You're going to have a 7 a.m. flight, 7:30 flight, and an 8 p.m. flight.
8 a.m.
8 a.m. Why am I saying p.m.?
I just to mess with people, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So 7 a.m.
I would like
7
the 8
a.m.
p.m. flight.
Yeah, a little night fishing.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I think I could put in a pretty big weight.
Surprise.
It's been a long week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Already. And it's only Tuesday. So 7 a.m., 7:30, and 8. So those would be the 3 flights. So we'll invert the field on day 2, and day 3 you'll go out in ranking position of how you finished in the tournament. So the key is, folks, after day 2, the top 25 will go out for all the money, to speak. But keep in mind, your weights get zeroed out. So the key is just getting to the top 25 and having a shot. Once you're there on day 3, everybody's on an even playing field. So it's game on for all the 25. So, and then after that top 25, we'll have an abbreviated tournament for everybody else in the field for one big slab. We'll pay out 3 positions for that and trophies, which is a fun event. I know one of our club members, I think, came in second last year, Brandon. So yeah, that was a good time too. So we want, you pay, you play. There's no going home after day 1. If you're going to pay the $300 entry fee, you're around the whole weekend, which is great not only for the folks at the Expo, it's great for the economy. The folks in Gallatin and the surrounding areas of Tennessee, which is a really good time.
We got a viewer also asking, live bait, can it be used for the tournament?
Yes, live bait can be used for the tournament.
Yes. And then on that note, Mr. Driscoll is asking, did we mention sharp bait and tackle for minnows and gear? Yes, sir, we did. Yes, sir, we did.
Yep. Jonathan and that team is really great. We met with them too. And Kent, thank you for that post that you put out the other day. Really great place, great folks. They'll be beefed up, ready to go. I also stated that, they'll be open at 5 a.m. for pre-fishing, and they'll open at 3:30 or 3?
3:30, I think.
Yeah, 3:30 a.m. on tournament mornings.
Right.
So those guys are ready to rock and roll. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited for them too. So.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Go ahead and chime in below. Kind of last call for some live questions. If you guys have any feedback or question you wish to chime in below, please type that in the chat box, and we'll do our best to answer those.
Power pole, power move of the day.
Dude, that is sweet. How do I sign up for that again?
See, that's the deal. We will tell you, but not right away.
Exactly.
Yeah, everybody's going to find out after day 1.
Yeah, and just keep in mind, we talked a little bit about the flight process, 7, 7:30, and 8. So that 7 a.m. flight, if you're in the first flight, which is, what we have in the paper is 1 through 50 on a 150 boat field. So you're 7 o'clock until 4 o'clock, right, Bill? Am I saying that right? 7 to 4. Then you have an hour to be back in line.
I have to check my notes.
So you'll have an hour to be back in line. So now 7 to 3, right? Yeah, 7 to 3 p.m. Then you have 4 o'clock to be in the weigh-in line. So
yeah, 7 to 3.
Yeah, 7 to 3, and then 7:30 to 3:30 on flight 2. You get an hour after that to get in line, and then the 8 to 4 p.m. So, just making sure I'm checking all my notes. But make sure when you register, obviously Keith, he'll be the man behind the computer. He's the mad scientist with everything. So he'll ask for your name, your partner's name, how you're going to be registering as a conventional male, female, youth, adult. We'll get those checked in. You'll pull a starting number. Please keep in mind the forms we need to get filled out, which is economical impact form, liability and waiver form, even though some folks sent that in. We'll have to redo that. We'll get that. And I think we passed that out in the line before they even kind of get into the doorway. So we'll have those out in the lobby so you can fill them out.
Shannon's asking, I think we covered on this earlier, Shannon, but if you're just joining in, he's asking if there are going to be some traffic directing for the boat launch and parking. And correct me if I'm wrong, Dan, but you said the first day there will be, and then just remember the whole pattern on how it's going to be. The following are just going to be the exact same. So pay attention day 1, and then day 2 and 3 will be exactly the same. Is that right, Dan?
So Shannon, PMC parking will be there for day 1. So, obviously there's a cost to all this stuff. We're trying to consolidate some expenses. So day 1, they will be there to help all the anglers and direct traffic and get you guys and gals parked. Just kind of remember what you did, because day 2 and day 3, you're kind of on your own. So just remember, everybody needs to remember day 1. If we can all do that, we're going to be in great shape.
Got another viewer question here. Cecil's asking, is there 150 boats in the tournament?
As of right now, Cecil, there's 130 boats in the tournament.
Okay. You got it, Shannon. No problem. He says, awesome. Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right. Anything else, guys?
Bill, what do you got there? Booth layout? You want to talk about the booth layouts real quick at the Expo?
I could. It's my role is kind of to be like a glorified wedding planner. So I have diligently put down so that everybody's where they need to be so that you can get to them. They'll be, I don't know if we're going to go as far as put arrows on the floor, but I guarantee that you can go in one room. You can see everyone and anyone that you want to spend some time with. And the food's there. I even put Mike's Rooster Rub right next to the concession stand. So I'm hoping he's going to have some samples for you. You can try a little bit on your corn dog or whatever they've got for us. So I'm looking for a super. I'm really counting on Nashville to come test out my skills at laying this place out.
Yeah, well, like I said, we're going to have everything kind of like mapped out Tuesday night. Wednesday morning will be a lot more of the fine detail stuff. So everybody's prepped. They know where they're going. There'll be cards at every booth. I think, Rick, we're going to have cards with everybody's logo and like a little lanyard.
Yes.
So with your logo on it, so everybody will get, I think, 2 of those. Yeah. So we'll have that done. There'll be tons of signage. One thing we didn't talk about. We are dropping 2024 Midwest Crappie Alliance.
Shoot.
We are.
Yeah.
It's going to be big time.
Are you going to we're doing that at the end of the event? So at the last day?
No, we're doing it at the rules meeting, Rick. We're going to get things started off with a
right
bang.
off.
Oh, yes.
Bang.
One thing to remember, that the fee to get into the Civic Center is $0. No money to park, no money to enter the building. So
I don't know if you guys heard that, but anybody who wants to be a part of coming to the Expo, $0 entry fee at all.
Dude, bring your grandmother. It's free.
You got to be kidding me. Free. Yeah, most of the places you go, I don't know if you guys have been to others, but I mean, you're talking what, 7 to 10, sometimes $15 just to get in the place.
Oh yeah,
that doesn't count parking and all that.
Correct.
That's pretty sweet.
So,
John is asking here, is there any off-limit areas?
Yeah, only thing you cannot do, John, you cannot lock out. So there's a lock by the dam. You cannot go through the lock. But going upriver, you can go as far as you want. But you just can't lock out at the dam. That's all that was in the rules.
Very cool.
What else you got in there, Bill? What else in that little fancy book you got?
Oh, I got real quick. Okay, so far we're going to have 8 vendors that are going to sell jigs. And then Tiny's going to be there with his hand-tied jigs. Yeah. We have 7 vendors that are supplying soft plastic baits. We have 2 premium pole distributors, 4 apparel manufacturers, including Cray Outdoors, I see.
Hey.
We've got 3 custom fishing components, a marine services, 2 premium fishing line suppliers. There was 2. We now have 1 lithium battery distributor there. We've got a fishing guide. And of course, like I said, Mike's One-Eyed Rooster Rub will be there. And we also have Crappie Now magazine. We have a digital magazine, and we have CBD products in Crappie gummies. And then, as Dan said, Old Hickory Lake soap. We have 1 lady there for that. And then we have 2 sporting goods stores. Bass Pro will be there, Fisherman's Haven, and again, Cray Outdoors.
Hey.
We also have Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency there, TWRA, if you have any questions about the lake or any of their programs. And I think Dan already mentioned all our sponsors, but if he didn't, I'll do it again. Ranger Boats, Miller Tech Lithium Batteries, Hammerhead Sonar, B&M Poles, Bass Pro Shops, Fin Braid, Power Pole, Volunteer Boats of Tennessee, Mercury Motors, and Humminbird. These are all people that have gone above and beyond and donated product and money and given us all kinds of resources. And we just can't say how much we appreciate what they've done for us. Without people like that, with organizations like that, we can't do what we do.
No. So a huge shout out to all those folks. It means a ton to us.
That's a
just to put your faith in what we're trying to do and trying to accomplish is a big deal. So we thank you.
That's all right. Anything else? Any other questions, comments, concerns? Anybody wish to chime in? I think we're stalling at this point.
Yeah.
So I can talk about the directors real fast if you want, because unfortunately they aren't going to be here. So I don't know if you don't understand when you put together a tournament, it's a mess. It truly is a mess. And so we have Dan, who I officially call the tip of the spear. He just dives right in, and we follow. And then we also have Chad Anderson. Chad Anderson is our knows a guy, guaranteed. He knows a guy. We have Darcy, who is, I believe, the oldest guy of all the directors and runs circles around everybody. I believe he's 107 this year or something like that. No, Darcy.
Darcy.
He's like 74.
Paybacks, Darcy.
Yeah, I know. And then we have Aaron Powell, who's local. He's our boots on the ground guy. If you say, Aaron, we kind of like to know about, and he's like, well, I talked to that guy yesterday. He's on speed dial. What do you need to know?
Yeah.
And then we have Keith Madison and his wife, Margaret, who are going to run the leaderboard. And they are our numbers wizards. Keith's kind of like, he's kind of like Rain Man, but not as good as math. But he has everything you need to know. Yeah, that's a little deep. But he knows I love him, so it's okay. And it's just a good group of guys who work tirelessly to get this job done. And we are running out of time, so you're going to see some circles under the eyes by the time we get there.
That's right. Yeah, and if anybody needs to get a hold of me, obviously my cell number is everywhere. Just, I'm heading down Friday in the morning, so I should probably be down there, I don't know, 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe, Bill. So if anybody needs me, just call. And I'll be more than happy to answer any questions, or you can text me either way. I'll be on speed dial for everybody.
And since we have not been on the lake yet,
not yet,
he'll be talking to you from the water.
Yes. And then Bill will probably be saying, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But no, it's all part of it. I mean, I think, all the directors are involved are very passionate about what we do.
They are. Yeah.
Crappie fishing is our number one thing. Actually, number one thing is just making sure everybody has a good time. We want everybody to be safe. We hope that you're as passionate as we are about what we're doing and the crappie fishing industry, because I know most of you are. This is going to be a great event. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah. And the payouts aren't that bad either. For $300, you stand to win a whole lot of money.
Yeah. And
one of the things that we decided early on is all the way down to 25th place. At least you're going to get your money back and a little more.
Yep. That's key.
Yeah. Very cool.
So what else we got? Any more questions there,
I
Rick?
think all the questions, everything else is just good luck. Thanks. Everybody's thanking. That's pretty much it.
Cool.
All right, folks. We'll see you down in Tennessee here in another few days. Obviously, there's probably folks already down there fishing, but obviously be safe. Probably folks, I mean, Kent would probably know the best if Kent's still on there. The river system is a river system. Be careful. Always keep your eyes open for floating debris. You just want to be careful. Just once again, watch your mapping on your avionics and your units, and just stay in the middle until you get comfortable with where you're going.
Lots of marinas are open to sell gas and anything you need on the way. They said, come on in. I've already talked to them. They more than welcome us to come on in. So, cause it's long. I know that we'll be 40, 50, maybe even more miles than that upriver.
How far does he want to go?
You said you got a fast boat.
Listen, the faster you go, the more fuel it sucks.
Well,
that's
what all the marinas are for, right?
We got a penny loan that we can get on this.
We're going to have to set up a GoFundMe account so Dan can put gas in his boat.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
Exactly. Depends what the prices are at the pump at the marinas.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, holy cow. All right, gang. Well, if you don't have any more questions, we look forward to seeing everybody, look forward to meeting more folks and building more relationships. And honest to goodness, this is going to be a blast.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the last time that we go live right before the event.
Yes.
So looking forward to it. I know that we're bringing like 5,000 some packs down, as well as a number of the other vendors. We're looking forward to having an awesome time with everyone. So if you see us down there, come by and say hi. We'd love to take some pictures and high fives and show you what we got to offer. So
nice.
Thanks for coming by, guys.
Anytime, buddy.
See you, everybody.
See you guys.
Have safe travels.
Let's go have some fun.